yeah.
Oh yeah, it's that time again. We
We are,
back, baby. It's the
yeah.
people's champs.
Yeah. How you feeling, T-Cron? Let's
I'm
go.
feeling good, baby. It's March. It's spring. We about to what is it? Spring forward with the daylight savings time and all that good stuff, right? Which makes it
Yep.
even worse for people in Hawaii because now you guys are like 5 hours ahead of us instead of four. And New York is 6 instead of 5, and it makes it harder to trade, and it's pissing me off. But hey, whatever. That just tells you that time isn't real because at any given moment, depending on how they feel, they can tell you to go back or forward or not at all.
That's
Oh, I don't
fair.
want to start with all that. How you doing,
Indeed.
Mike?
Good, and I think daylight savings time should be done away with as well. They don't do it in Arizona and they don't do it in
Nope.
Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii long enough to really appreciate it, and you don't need it. Here's the
Nope.
wacky part about it, bro. It gets lighter in the summertime longer. What? You know what? Wait,
There you
what?
go.
Are you telling
And
me
remember, let's not forget, Hawaai has 2 seasons, spring and summer.
that's true? Let's go. Yeah, man, I remember. I'll never forget. I literally had to call my mom and tell her one winter in Hawaii when Guy Hoggy, shout out Guy Hoggy, let's go. Hawaii's weather, man. Do you remember Guy Hoggy? Is he still out there? Is he still doing it?
Yeah, whenever I see him, I don't watch TV, but I see him on like Instagram or Facebook rather. And he does food reviews now.
Oh,
So
okay. I was gonna say
yeah.
I watch weather on my phone. I don't watch the news, but I'm gonna pull up local weather, and I like watching the local weather dude. You know what I
Right,
mean? Still, because they have
right,
that clip you can always watch every day of the weather guy just giving you the weather. So
right.
anyway, yeah, man, I remember Guy Hoggy one day came out and he was like, "Everybody, get your hot chocolate and your thick socks. It's gonna get all the way down to 65 degrees."
Hot chocolate in your thick socks.
Yeah, 65 degrees in Hawaii, bro.
They don't even
Sure.
sell thick socks in Hawaii. What
I
do you
know.
mean? Like, what's the point? Anyways,
Y'all got Amazon. Y'all got
Y'all got
Temu.
Amazon. We do. And you know what? Oh, don't get me started on Amazon, bro. Do you know how many deliveries they screwed up since I've been here? I've been here since March of 2025, and now it's March of 2026. I'll fill you in on the answer. 89 orders, bro.
I didn't mean to open a can.
They cannot. Okay, and I love Amazon stock. I love Amazon as a company because they save me a lot of money versus shopping here in Hawaii. I refuse to spend all that extra money if I don't have to. The rest of that I save from, saving goes into the markets. Okay, that's what I'd rather do with that. Not,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. If a Premier Protein Shake 12-pack costs me $22 on Amazon, and then they're giving me a discount, a 15% discount, and I get it at like what, $20, $19, I'm not gonna pay $29 at the Walmart. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Period. That's me. That's T-Cron, baby. Once you leave the island, you realize that you don't have to. You don't have to. Now, there's certain things, fresh produce and stuff like that, you can't get on Amazon, whatever. But for anything else, but they have screwed 89 orders up, bro. And it's not Amazon. It's their logistic team here in Hawaii that just can't get it right. Okay? You can't get it right. So, anyways, long story short, I do love Amazon stock, though. I right now I don't have any position in Amazon, but I have throughout the years. I am probably going to get back into Amazon stock because in the future, in the AI space, they're already starting. They're going to be huge. So, anyways,
I agree. I mean, they're innovators. So
absolutely, love Amazon. I just don't love their logistics team in Hawaii. Period. Once I leave here, and I've been a Prime member for 10 years, I never had. I would have like 3 orders issues with all year long when it was in Vegas. But when I got to here, every other day, just 2 days ago. So, anyways,
yeah, hey man, you're making money. It makes me mad that you're making money in this market. It's crazy.
hey, you gotta know,
You know what I mean?
you gotta know how to. Even in the down market, bro, you gotta know. You gotta know. That's why we do this show, baby.
Yeah, hey, look, you're making money and you're looking good doing it. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. T-Cron Tuesdays right there.
Oh, T-Cron looking good?
T-Cron looking good. I
Last
wanted
time,
to show this. no matter how much, because we talk a lot about money, but no matter how much money you have, you can't buy a healthy body. You know what I'm saying? New
I
World
posted that
Order,
last
let's
night and I was working
go.
out. NWO, baby, and I got that shirt on right now because you know it's a new world order. You know it's a new world order in so many different ways. Those three
I'm
letters
like,
mean more today than they ever have.
I feel like, man, your laundry bill must be really high because you have like 5 shirts. You have your T-Cron shirt. You have your
Bro, I got like, what do you
NWO shirt.
mean?
I'm kidding. Come
I got
on.
way more than that shit.
Anyway, man, I wanted to
Trust
swing
me.
by, let everybody know, man, all of the quality content here. But bro, I didn't really pull up your Facebook to have that conversation, man. I pulled up that Facebook to pull up a deeper conversation about how you're using Facebook as a weapon against me. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. What? Using Facebook as a... Fill me in, Mike.
Man, you set me up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You say it hurt. You know what I mean? It hurt in my heart, and you set me up, bro. Let me break it down. Man, you put out a question, and you do, and I love the interaction you get. And guys, when T-Cron drops a question, make sure you answer.
Yeah, engage with me, baby. Talk to me. I'll talk back.
Unless you're me.
Oh,
Because
look at the sound effects. This guy. Okay. Okay, Mike. I'm waiting.
Unless you're me.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? So anyway.
Okay. I can't wait to hear this shit.
You know what I mean? Unless you're me, you get all excited to post on T-Cron, and then it responds, and you feel like.
Feel like what?
And here goes sadness. Anyway,
wait, this is okay.
Wait. Let me explain. So,
Mm-hmm.
T-Cron posts a classic T-Cron post. Hey, man, what's your opinion on a thing? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, what a great post. I love that. I'm going to interact because I like T-Cron, and I'll take time out of my busy life to help his social medias by interacting, right? Even if he already knows how I feel. Right?
Oh, okay. I think I know where you're going with this.
And then
Okay,
I
continue.
replied, bro, my opinion is boppity bop bop. And then you reply with, I already know how you feel. Get out of my face.
Wait a second, bro. Now, see, that's the problem with text.
But I was like,
you don't.
It's no big deal. I'll heal. Okay, I'll heal. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be okay. All I'm asking, you know what I mean? Oh no. All I'm asking, oh no, is that the next time you make a post like that, just at the bottom put, and this applies to everybody but Mike. You know what I mean? Just do that. And then that way Mike. I won't get my feelings hurt. You know what I mean?
Okay, Mike. First and foremost, because you're my guy and we've been doing this podcast for about the better part of a half a year now, let me sincerely apologize that was not the way it was supposed to come off. Now, that's the problem with text. Okay, you can't really tell how the person, you know, what they're really feeling. Okay, unless you actually hear them, you're talking to them, whatever the case may be. But the way that I meant that was, okay, so this was a post, people. I said, without getting into politics or too much into politics, how do you feel about this US/Israel versus Iran war? What are your thoughts? And I had no idea that it would get about 60 or 70 comments and over 1,000+ views on the post within like a couple of days. And one of the comments were from you. And you're very passionate with your stance on whatever side you're on at that time. You know what I'm saying?
I prefer in depth. I prefer well researched.
Absolutely.
You know, like, you know, I feel like I'm giving you a well thought out opinion that's weighed, that says, hey, it's not one or the other.
Yeah,
but it's, exactly. You know, and what's funny is at that time I said 70-30, and I've actually changed since then. Literally, the more information you get, one of my favorite sayings is Marcus Aurelius said this: the sign of an intelligent man is a man who's able to change his opinion as he gets more information. And
makes sense.
One of the worst things you can do is go, regardless of the information, that makes you stupid. It literally makes you stupid.
But no, if so you're like, back to the comment, listen, okay, you attacked me, okay? But people that are watching, if you feel that T-Cron was attacked on this comment,
how did I attack? You know, hold on, man. Let me find this. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to scroll all the way.
By feeling so sensitive. It's the age of disclosure, not the age of sensitivity, FW, Mike.
I'm not being sensitive. him. I didn't attack you. I made a valid point. I was like, I feel it's this. Then somebody
Oh,
else
you felt
comes
attacked.
in.
Yeah, I know. I know.
My
Okay, okay,
auntie,
okay.
my auntie comes in, who I took to her. I literally took her to her birthday dinner on Sunday. I bought her a birthday dinner on Sunday after church, and she comes in, hit me on your stuff, man. What the
I was
hell?
laughing so hard. I didn't know that was your auntie. Okay.
So, yeah, and she's siding with you, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
I can't help it. I can't help it. You know what I'm saying?
rooting for it.
They know who the baby face on this show is.
But how do you feel attacked? You know what? Let me stop.
No,
Let
no,
me
no, no, no.
let me be
So
the
when I
good
told
guy.
people, what I told Mike was, oh, I already know how you felt. I can't remember what the rest of it was that I wrote, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't mean it like that. I just know because I've talked to you for hours in depth about this. I know how you feel. You're my guy. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to dismiss your opinion on it.
By the way, shout out to this one right here. Brilliant, brilliant. That's visionary value. If you pay attention, we started telling you at 90 and then 85 that Netflix was a good buy. And
Oh, and even at 75, that's
yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
No, I bought it
I
at
bought-
85, so I don't want to talk about it at 70.
Oh, okay, I got you. Hey, listen, at least you bought and you are in the green. Please do lock in profits. And this is just for everybody, right? Not financial advice, and we're not financial advisors. We got to give you that disclaimer right off the bat once we start
No,
talking about the
we're not.
markets. Now with that being said, I'm gonna tell my boy Mike, and I'm gonna tell all my people that are watching, when you are up, regardless of how much or how little, okay, because everybody's level of satisfaction is different, right? Some are okay with a 5% gain. Some are okay with a 10% gain. Some want it all, buddy. It's 50%. I want 90. I want 100. I want 200. I'm holding this stock forever. Whatever it
Right.
is, whatever your tolerance level is, whatever your greed level or lack thereof is, lock in some profits. You don't even have to sell your entire position. Just like how Mike was suggesting to me about a trade that I was talking about. Yes, a position I was holding yesterday. But anyways, we'll get into that. But yes, so lock it in when you feel ready, bro. Because you never know, especially in these shaky markets, man. But yeah, congratulations to everybody that did buy into Netflix and ended up lowering their costs. You know what I'm saying? Once they split around $100, that's when I started buying. They dropped to 75, basically 25% drop. Beautiful company. It's right back up to $100. A couple of minutes. Seemed like a minute or two.
And
Couple of
check
months.
this out,
Couple of
man.
months.
March 4th, noon. My man takes a little break, has a little snack, and then he drops wisdom. Bitcoin broke resistance at 70K, and now it's at 73.4. Panic sellers lost their $$, as I said they would. Well
Stop
done.
panic selling. Stop running for
Well
the
done.
hills, baby.
Boom.
Look at the charts. When in doubt, zoom out. Look at how far Bitcoin and just crypto in general has come. Like, if you're involved in investing in crap, altcoins, shitcoins, so to speak, um, it is what it is. But if you're investing in like the Bitcoin and stuff, Ethereum, like XRP, like, bro, you're gonna. If you look at the charts, man, every drop, it comes right back and goes higher. You get what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, yeah, unless they do something bad to the place where the markets are run, it'll open up tomorrow. In fact, crypto markets run 24 hours a day. It's open right now. If you want to buy or trade, sell crypto right now. The
Yeah.
stock market's not open until Monday. That's different, right? But yeah, man. I'm sorry to all those that lost their a double dollar signs. My thoughts and prayers go out to you. It sucks. If this is your first time in crypto, you probably feel like it's a scam. And you're valid in feeling that way, but at the same time, you're not. Okay, because I'll say you're valid in feeling that way because your feelings are valid. I'm not gonna say your feelings are invalid, right? But whether you're right about that or not is a different story because I even thought the same thing. But the problem is this market is so complex, yet it's so easy to understand once you actually put the time and effort into understanding it. The problem is people get into these markets thinking that they're going to turn 100 into a million within 3 days on some short squeeze or some crazy uh, crypto surge, and they're just going to go to the moon and it'll never stop and they'll never see red. And nah, bro.
That's just not how it works.
Nah. Okay, so I got in because of that hope, right? I got in because I got into the markets because of AMC and GameStop, right? The short squeeze. I bought in at GameStop 1042, I'd like to say, or 24, whatever, I can't remember. This was back in 2021. I bought in, and then within a month or so, I saw that $10 turn into $72 each share. Okay. Um, yeah, I was like, oh my God. The stock market is the best thing in the entire world. It really is. This is the secret. I found the sauce, baby. I found the secret to getting rich. Oh, I'm gonna call my mama. I'm gonna call my job soon and be like, "Hey, I ain't coming tomorrow." Well, I was working from home, so I wasn't coming in anyway at that time. You get what I'm saying? Hey, no matter what I've done, no matter how big of a small of a move or a side hustle I'm doing, whether y'all know about it or not, I always try to keep, especially at that time, like I always tried to keep a regular day job going because you got to get them benefits, you got to keep that 401k, which ties into, talking about the markets and stuff. So, yeah, I was working from home. This was during the pandemic. That's when I got in. And then when I saw that $72 in June go all the way down, it didn't, never came back up. Guess where I sold? I believe it was 24 bucks a share, 24 something a share.
Hmm.
I still profited, but nowhere near the kind of profit I would have had if I sold somewhere around 70 or 60 or 50 or 40 or 30. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
at that time, I felt like it was a scam, but it wasn't because I made money, right?
Mhm.
Um, Now I started going into stupid trades, not understanding the charts, not understanding the technical analysis aspect of things. Okay. These charts are what These charts are what most people use to buy, sell, trade stock. Okay. If you don't understand it, it's a whole language that you're never going to be in on. Okay. Please do your best to try to learn a little bit about technical analysis, reading the charts, reading the history. That's why when they say when in doubt, zoom out. What we're talking about is look how far Bitcoin has come. Look how far Nvidia has come. Look how far Netflix has come. Look how far Amazon has come. Look how far Tesla's come. Look how far any of these big companies have come. Okay. If you think it's about to go down and die and go to zero, zoom out. Look at the charts. The charts will show you that in the bear markets, in the time when everything was doom and gloom and people were running from the hills, guess what? Yes, it was down, but at the same time, do you see that recovery and now where we are? 10 years later, 20 years later, 30, 40, 50 years later? The point that we're trying to make when we say when in doubt, zoom out is you're going to be okay in the long run if you can understand. I mean, just bear the pain, bro. Just be a man. Just be a woman, okay? And understand that it's not all about green days in the market. In fact, there'll be months where you go like more red days than green, but statistically in 365 days a year, it's more green than there is red. It just feels like there's more red when you're hurting, right? When you're down, you're getting kicked over and over and over. When the stock that you bought at 100 is now 90, and then you wake up tomorrow, now it's at, I don't know, 89. And you wake up the next day, it's at 85. And you wake up the next week, it's at 75. You're like, oh my God, what did I do with my life? You know what I mean? I put my entire life savings into this. And that's something you shouldn't do. Okay. If you put every single thing into it, into one stock, into one crypto play, you're doing it all wrong, buddy. You're setting yourself up for failure. Okay. You put in what you can possibly afford to lose. Okay. That's just the reality. So for all those that panic sold and thought that we were gonna go to zero on Bitcoin. It stopped. The bleeding stopped around 60,000. That was the bottom for now. Okay. Yeah. And then it went right back up to like 73, 74. Only to go back down to like 71, 70. Now we're at 68. What are we at right now, current day? Mike, right this second. I can't. I looked at it this morning. I didn't remember. I
Well,
think 68. 68.
Yeah, let me pull that right now for the immediate up to date on it. Right now we are at
67.
67,372. Let me pull it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. So,
Boom.
if you're panicking because it went from 74 to 67,
And the
yeah.
thing is, and I can tell you, as somebody who, as you know, is really on top of kind of current events, you know what I mean? As you
Oh, yeah,
know,
you are. Yep.
that's a big thing for me. As I can tell you right now, you know, Bitcoin is a solid buy. You know what I mean? Bitcoin is a very important and solid buy right now. So,
Once again,
simply
not
put, yeah,
financial advice, but the smart ones know
no,
what to do. Like
yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike is fine.
And
Mike is
not
fine.
only that, but you know, it could be a really big problem, you know, the US dollar soon. But we've got some stuff. I'm
Oh
glad you
man.
brought that up. We've got
Yeah,
some stuff to get into on that.
absolutely.
Let's go with here's okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to approach this from the USDC angle, right? What do you know about USDC, by the way?
Honestly, bro, it's a stable coin. I don't know much about stable coins. It's a one-to-one type of thing. Every dollar is one basically stable coin. It goes maybe it stays the same, if not maybe fluctuates by a cent or two at the most. And if it does fluctuate by that much, there's something going on, right?
Yeah,
Basically, yeah,
correct. It also will give you a good indicator of the dollar, right?
right. The
So
strength of the
it,
dollar,
yeah,
exactly.
and then it works like a bank. So it's one to
Okay,
one, but you could buy facetiously 10,000 USDC,
okay,
put it in a pool where it's
okay.
invested and get a return just like on a CD, right? But it's a USDCD, right? So
That's
it's
too many letters.
US
Anyways,
USDCCD. So that's what it would be, right? But anyway,
that's too
but
many
that's what I'm
letters.
saying
No,
though
I'm just
is
kidding.
I'm really interested because this is one of those, to me, a great crypto crossover product that
If
helps us
anybody
keep
has
track
ever
of things.
invested in a stable coin, drop a comment and let us know more about it. But go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Let's go.
I wanna
Absolutely.
get more interaction on the post. I mean on the live streams because last week the energy was up
Shout out to
in the
the
chat.
chat. We love you. We
Yes.
see you.
We had like
You're
what, maybe
killing
10
it.
or 12 people all up in the chat just engaging at the same time throughout the whole hour and a half, baby. We love that energy. Keep it coming. Thank you to
Yep.
everybody. Make sure you're tuning in every Monday and we'll be there. Yeah, I'll trust me. I talk to me, I talk back. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, Mike.
Yeah,
USDC.
and talk to me. I talk back. Anyway, buy you a drink, sing you a song. Anyway, we in the club like, oh,
Shout out to
sorry.
T. Hey.
Let's go, T-Pay. Anyway, this is USDC, something I kind of want to make our listeners aware of and something that the visionaries aware of and something I want us to follow as well. So check this out. He's talking about the USDC currently. Well, let me put some volume on that.
No limits. So, and that's one of the big factors.
No limit. He just said no limit. No limit
No Limit
soldiers,
Records.
baby.
NHL.
We
You can now
know
trade
Limit
with no fee.
Soldiers. Sorry, you got me.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah. All right. Check this.
No house and no limits. So, and that's one of the big factors, I think, when you look at what prediction markets has been able to do. This is where I think Polymarket wins the game. Now, I'm not saying Polymarket is not a sponsor. They're not paying us. They don't ask me to say anything nice. We just look at at kind of the lay of the land. And one of the things that got us a little off kilter was when Kalshi pulled a little bit of a rug on the market. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But you can kind of see this website went up there. They are pushing the degens, people that are in the trenches, now over to Polymarket and really making an even better case for their number one competitor as we go out. So this is, I think, going to get a little bit worse as we see things continue on. And of course, remember, if you're on Polymarket, they're actually paying you some money on your money when you're in there. Kalshi not doing that in terms of value. So that's another big issue in general. One thing too, if you look at where we are going to see the no fee or the competitive fees going on, you're going to see it in the agentic AI space. And this is a very interesting visualization of this. I want to kind of show you guys something. This is basically AI's tracking down the best opportunity where they can get the best deal. And I want to hover over a few things here when we get further out. And you'll notice right there is Morpho, right there is Moonwell, and there you go, Morpho Seamless right there. So what it's looking for is the best. There's Aave, Morpho Universal.
See that?
Euler Finance. We cover all these guys.
Bro,
the point is that
that's crazy.
What is that? What?
That's the algorithm.
I feel like I was with him until this all came up and I'm just lost.
This is AI looking on the internet for better prices for your transaction fees. That was an image of AI looking for better.
I've never seen images of actual AI.
This is a very interesting visualization of this. I want to kind of show you guys something. This is basically AI's tracking down the best opportunity where they can get the best deal. And I want to hover over a few things here when we get further out.
Isn't that a cool visualization of AI searching?
It just looks
the
like
internet?
Molecules or something.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, good.
Looks
all
like
right.
Brainwaves. Boing, boing,
Yeah,
anyway,
looks like jellyfish or something. I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
this is weird.
Okay.
Okay,
And that's crazy because jellyfish behave like a brain with tentacles anyway.
like
Okay.
all right.
Notice right there is Morpho, right there is Moonwell, and there you go, Morpho Seamless right there. So what it's looking for is the best. There's Aave, Morpho Universal, Euler Finance. We cover all these guys. The point is that fees matter, and it's going to be huge going forward. And we're going to get into a lot of that detail around this. Before I do that, though, I want to show
And just to kind of co-sign on that real quick, I don't know if you saw this, but this whole new thing is taking over, which is AI. They basically told AI, reduce online shopping costs at any way possible. How do we reduce the overall price? So I buy something from Amazon, right?
Mhm.
How do I make that cheaper? Period. The end. Doesn't matter how can I get it cheaper? So AI figured the easiest and quickest way to reduce everybody's cost by 10 to 20% is get rid of the processing fees. So the problem is, and I know this because I actually, have worked in this industry, is that you use your card, right? Because you're not really using your card, but you're using your card. It's just represented on your phone. And you swipe your card with Amazon. You got a processing fee. Amazon has to pay a fee to collect your money from Visa. And then your bank has to pay a fee to Visa. You pay all that money. Amazon doesn't eat that cost. Your bank doesn't eat that cost. You directly eat both of those charges. And then there's a charge on your end. So there is 3 actual charges that happen whenever you make a transaction that have nothing to do with the cost of your product, on top of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets up to 20%. Now, all those little cashback rewards and stuff like, hey, get Visa cashback rewards. That's those fees you pay. When you look and it's like, oh yeah, processing fee, you know what I mean? $1.39. That's where that money comes from. No one's giving you that stuff. You're buying it via those processing fees. So AI went through and looked around and realized, wait a minute, since Visa's already using AI and MasterCard and American Express are already using AI, our bots, our AI will just talk to their AI, do the transaction, and cut out the fees and cut out the processing. Because it's AI, it doesn't need processing. If this AI model can talk to that AI model, they link up. I verify that money's legitimately verified in the bank and in the U.S. Dollar system.
How does
I can
this
take that money and it doesn't cost anything. So the fees incurred don't exist anymore. Now, when that was discovered, all credit card companies dropped. Their stock prices dropped.
Okay.
And this was like 2 weeks ago, and people were like, be on the lookout because this might be a thing. And then I see this today. And now it's so much so that they're visualizing how it's working. They're never going to take the time to visualize how AI works to delete fees from processing. You know what I mean? Unless it's a legit thing. And now he's naming the companies. These are legit companies. We can go back. All of these companies you can buy into USDC. They're all USDC companies.
Okay, so in other words, how does the person that's watching this show benefit, or how do they, like, what is, so are you saying if we buy USDC and we pay with USDC, we don't pay the fees? Is that what you're saying?
That's a yes. In
Okay.
certain cases, on certain purchases right now. However, this is what we'll get back to my man, but that's what they're doing.
I'll be honest, for the average person, that kind of gets a little too, like,
I know, I get it, because I actually, okay,
Yes.
so I sold credit card machines. For instance,
no,
you
and I get
have-
that part.
yeah. So
But what does
basically,
this? Are you saying we all have to have USDC to get cheaper? Like, because I don't see Amazon accepting USDC.
well, it's going to become all crypto, because crypto is
But
all tied
once
to
it
AI.
gets there, I guess,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because your
So
bank
it's-
doesn't want this and your credit card doesn't want this. They will never take this because it will shut
right.
them down, right?
Gotcha.
Basically, you get USDC and you do purchases with USDC. You cut out 17 to 20% of your cost of doing business while you have an interest-bearing, currency, form of currency.
Okay.
So anyway, check this out. Yeah, man. Once again, very important.
I don't know, man. You threw me for a loop on this afternoon, so I got to look more into that. But hey, that's what the show is all about. You learn something new every single day, and USDC.
Like I said, I think I mentioned USDC last week. I was like, I'm looking.
No, yeah, you did, but we didn't go into depth
yeah,
like this.
Yeah, because I was just, but it caught my interest.
For you guys, this is a clip of Chris Christie. And as you guys know on this show, a lot of times we just follow the money. Pretty simple. Follow the money. You'll find out what's going on in the market. Let me play this clip right here from Chris Christie.
They are not the house. There is no house.
Yes, there is. They're taking a cut. It's the same thing. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. If it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's a duck.
Chris Christie defending the gambling cartels, is who I'll call it. And that is because Polymarket, Kalshi are both challenging status quo on that. And I think prediction markets is going to be huge going forward. So we wanted to bring on Ryan Van Grack, who is the VP of Legal and Global.
You're good, Ryan. I just wanted to show that part, and I mean, right there, to show that, and that's another thing, is that your Polymarket, and we covered Kalshi last week, your Polymarket and your Kalshi are taking over your DraftKings and your, and your sports, those historically sports books. They cost a lot of money and they lock in your parlays and your bets and don't give you options. With Kalshi, you can write your bet, right? You can literally enter it in. You can create it and people put money on it and it stays and it is what it is. And it has AI odds put onto it. So Kalshi is a serious game disruptor. And because Kalshi is AI run and because you're using AI money, you're getting dollar for dollar way closer than the 20 to 40% you're paying in fees and charges to use that website.
Really interesting stuff, man. One thing I gotta say for our listeners that are tuning in to try to get crypto and stock, we talk about commentary. We talk about investing. Kalshi and Polymarket are not investing. That's gambling. That's prediction.
Yes, absolutely.
Markets. So there's a big
I
difference.
didn't say they were. Yeah, once again, we don't give advice.
So
I'm just saying we were talking about
once
USDC.
again, if you get into it, that's gambling, bro.
Right. Well, what they were
yeah.
saying is it was a disruptor because it's coming, right?
Yeah,
And as
absolutely.
he just showed Chris Christie, they're defending, right, the atypical model because they're going to defend and fight. The banks aren't going to sleep easy. You know what I'm saying? The banks will not go down easy at all. They're ready to fight. So, it's really interesting to see how that's coming together there. So, and because we are, in fact, in wartime, a couple of good stocks, man, right here. Our guy Stock Curry, we've watched him before. He's got a couple of a good piece of advice. Let's check this out.
The best stocks to buy during war are always the same. And these wartime stocks fall into three main categories, including defense stocks, precious metals, and energy stocks. Now, I've been trading for over 25 years. I traded through the war with Iraq, the Afghanistan war, the Ukraine war, and now the war with Iran. And the
Nice.
same stocks tend to go up every single time.
Every single thing.
So
Yeah.
let's
Yep.
talk about the best stocks to buy during war, and
Yes.
wartime stocks have already run up too much to buy and which still have a lot more future potential. Now, I know it's kind of messed up to profit off of war, but we have to
Here we
do
go.
the best
Is
for
it?
our family.
What you have to there you go. That's exactly
Buy
what
during
I say.
war.
You gotta do what you gotta do for yours and your family, no matter what's happening out there, bro. It could be peaches and palm trees and butterflies, or it can be bombs and whatever. Like, bro, make money if you can. If not, and you just want to throw your hands in the air and say, "Oh my God, we're gonna die tomorrow." No, let's just stop everything. Then that's you, bro, but not us. Keep going, bro. I like what he's talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even past that, think about this real fast. You understand the people that if you don't pay your taxes will take your home and take your family land. The people that if you don't pay a forced percentage of your earned income to them unconstitutionally just because they say you have to. Those people are profiting off of this war. And they're
Absolutely.
taking your money. And they're running us ever
Absolutely.
into higher debt. And if they
Right.
mess up and lose your money, they're not going to give you the money back that they lost.
Because
Right?
guess what?
So
Even during the war, you're still gonna have to pay your rent, buddy. You still got to pay your light bill, your gas bill. You still got to eat. You still got to go to the grocery store, right? Make that money, honey.
and
Sorry.
yeah, and even if we win the war, you're still going to have to pay all that. So
Yes. As
1
long as
plus
you're
2
alive.
Yeah.
And it's like Mr. Fab says, Mr. Fab. Shout out to Mr. Fab. He says, you got air, you got action.
That's
Let me
what
say
I'm
that
saying.
again. You got air, you got action. And if you're stopping yourself from making money, shame on you.
You could do
Let's
better.
go.
All right, defense stock.
Stocks are the clear winner when it comes to the best stocks to buy during war. But which defense stocks to buy right now might actually surprise you. RTX is the largest defense contractor created through the merger of Raytheon and United, but
Wow,
it's
okay,
trading
I
at
haven't
a
heard of this
very
before.
high multiple with a forward PE ratio of 37. But it's trading at a very high multiple with a TX stock is already up 3% this week. But it's trading at a very high multiple with a forward PE ratio of 37. RTX has already run up and might be one to pass on with the current stock price. But General Dynamics is trading at a fair price. General Dynamics is an
Yeah.
aerospace and defense company that produces a wide range of products.
And they're
Everything
more on the
from
tech side.
commercial Gulfstream jets to Abrams tanks and expectations most recently. And the stock is trading at a fair price with a forward PE ratio of 22. Another stock to consider is Northrop Grumman.
What'd I say?
Grumman is one of the largest weapons and military technology producers in the world. The defense systems segment provides battle management and missile systems to the U.S. military, while the mission systems segment focuses on airborne sensors and military intelligence for the Department of War.
I grew up with those
NOC
planes in my
is up
backyard.
over 4% this week so far.
Look at that.
The stock is a little overpriced, but not nearly
Yeah, it's a
as
pricey
bad
stock,
as RTX. NOC is trading at a forward PE ratio of 27, and several large government contracts could be awarded in 2026, which could push the stock price much.
Absolutely.
Not for nothing, but one of the consistent things
Excuse
we keep
me.
hearing
Sorry.
is that the U.S. needs more missiles.
Absolutely.
We keep hearing
Absolutely.
that currently. So
Yeah.
if you're a
Thanks to what's
stock
going on
trader-
out there now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, man, if it was coffee and we kept hearing the US needs more coffee, I'd be investing in Starbucks, you know? And I mean, however, it's saying the US needs more missiles, so Northrop Grumman makes those. And then the radar and satellite stuff is so important, and Northrop Grumman does that as well.
Higher. L3 Harris Technologies is another aerospace and defense contractor. L3 Harris produces a wide range of defense products, including airborne intelligence systems, electronic warfare systems, precision percent this week, and the stock is trading at a somewhat elevated price with a forward PE ratio of 26. Expected earnings growth is already priced into the stock, with trailing PE ratio of 43. LHX benefits from long-term defense spending and won't benefit immediately from war, but increased defense spending post-war, especially on missile defense systems, could significantly increase the LHX stock price over the next few years. Now, before we get into the rest of the stocks on this list, I wanted to let you know that we are making money every single day in the Stock Dads Discord. The only weeks ago, and it's practically the only stock that's green as the overall stock market crashes today. Our traders make money every single month in the Stock Dads Discord, and we just follow along and learn how they make money. Money back. AXON should be trading well under $200 per share, but is currently trading at over $500 per share. Next up is Lockheed Martin.
Classic.
Lockheed Martin is one of the largest military contractors in the world. Lockheed Martin produces military aircraft, including pretty much all of the fighter jets, including the new F-35 stealth fighter jet. They also produce the massive C-130 Hercules military transport plane, the F-16, which is sold to militaries all over the world, the Black Hawk helicopter, and the Patriot missile defense system.
Yeah.
But all of these systems are expensive and won't directly benefit from a short war with Iran. Lockheed Martin could benefit in the future, though, should countries and is currently trading at a fair price. The forward PE ratio is 22, which is reasonable. Technically, the stock is overbought, but given their expected rate of growth, this stock could continue going.
Boom, Palantir.
Palantir stock continues to trade at a very
I was actually going to say Palantir, but there we go.
With a forward PE ratio of 123. This makes it 5 times more expensive than a lot of the other defense stocks on this list. Fundamentally, PLTR should be trading at around $30 per share.
See, that's why I like Stock Curry, because this man will be like, look, this stock should be trading at about $150 cheaper than it is.
Absolutely. I agree. It's everybody's just riding on hopes. But Palantir is making people money. It had a huge dip recently in the last few months. So if you bought the dip, it's been going back up the last couple of days.
Some might say that the WAR is benefiting Palantir.
Absolutely.
And Palantir is friends with the current administration and ran by a certain group of folks.
Absolutely.
It's a whole thing, you know what I mean?
Hey, I don't own Palantir. I think I'm doing myself a disservice by not owning Palantir. I'll get into it if it ever goes down to like $100.
Fair.
But there's a leverage ETF called PTIR that I think was literally like last week about $14 a share. Again, this is leverage, so it moves 2 times, 3 times, and goes down 2 or 3 times. So if the Palantir stock moves 5%, PTIR moves at 10%, I believe. So it's a double. You know what I mean? A double. So they're very risky. But if you don't want to pay $150 a share, but you still want to price action on it and profit off of it, these are what those leverage ETFs are for. They're short-term plays. I like them. I've been profiting a lot these last couple of months off of leverage ETFs. But yeah, man, Palantir.
And I don't know. For me, I would stay away if you're a sensible, risk-averse trader.
Yeah.
But once again, it's one of those that long-term, probably, even though it's being overbought or oversold, will eventually go up. And there is money to be made there. He briefly touches on gold. We all know gold is through the roof. Now we're getting into oil. Let's talk a little bit about oil. We need to know, right? Everybody feels this right now, because if you bought gas in the past week, it's a different story than it was 2 weeks ago. And a lot of that has to do with this crude and this oil right here. We're going to talk just a bit about that because I wanted to go over that.
I saw something to the effect of
Stocks.
$7.81 at a Chevron somewhere in California. I don't know where, but they mentioned the cross streets. I don't know what city it was.
That doesn't really count, but yeah, I mean, like, that's not. I mean, that is the high, but that's going to be like the nationwide high because
That is
California has
insanity.
like, they have like $1 gallon.
I was just
tax.
in California like in January, like 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, and it
So,
was
yeah.
$4 and something. I went to Arizona and I seen gas as low as $2.35 at this in the same road trip when I was on tour. You know what I'm saying? So it was half the price in Arizona versus California.
Yeah, they charge the heck out of it, man. They have like 4 different taxes they put on your gas in California. It's crazy. And they still poor. They still broke. It's hilarious. Anyway, speaking of oil, this is what we're talking about.
For example, Brent crude oil futures are skyrocketing, and they hit a new 52-week high on Tuesday. ExxonMobil is the largest oil and gas stock by market cap in the United States. It's also the second largest oil and gas stock by market cap in the entire world. XOM is flat for the week, but could go up significantly if oil prices remain elevated for a long period of time. XOM is trading at a fair price right now with a forward PE ratio of 23. Chevron is another large oil company in the United States.
Side note, even though we all forgot about it, Chevron is the biggest winner of the Venezuela deal. Chevron is the company that was working directly with the current administration, literally with tankers, and they have special equipment because before, when we were pulling oil from Venezuela, Chevron was kind of the main contractor. So they still have all of the equipment and they kind of went in and they're already pulling oil. Something to keep in mind with Chevron. And as you see with the little green ticker here on the screen, it has been going up since right around that Venezuelan time. So here we go.
Folks, let me tell you something real quick. He's mentioning all the big blue chip gas energy companies. There's a ton of them on the market right now, and every single one of them is running. Even my father, strained as that relationship is, ended up bragging to me that he was up about 6,000 or 7,000, or not up. He cashed out he profited on some oil stocks and stuff like that on his trade. And he's basically rubbing it in my face because although I know what was going on, I didn't personally dive into the oil trade. The last time I was in the oil trade, I bought in a little too late. Then I lost some money on a deal. Actually, I didn't lose. I held it until it went back into the green, and I sold it a little too early because that same stock is now $2 higher. But it is what it is. There's a lot of smaller companies that are running. So if you want to make some big profits, do some research. Look into smaller companies. You don't have to buy the Chevrons or the Exxons or the Occidentals of the world or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. As soon as I said it, I didn't even see it was on the screen. Oxy's right there. Occidental. Yep.
That's what I wanted to cover. That's what I was going to pull up because we're running out of time. So we got to go.
It is Occidental Petroleum. This is the stock that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway purchased.
And if you look at that money line, none of the others had that money line that looked like that right there. That's a beautiful line. It's flattening right there, and this is perfect. Anyway, let's just see.
Higher, especially if oil prices remain elevated for a long period of time. And the final stock we're going to talk about today is Occidental Petroleum. This is the stock that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway purchased. OXY is up 3% this week, but it's also the most overpriced stock among the oil companies. OXY is trading at a massive forward PE ratio of 44, meaning it's trading at more than double its fair valuation. And with the weekly RSI now showing overbought as well, OXY is more likely to fall than rise. The other 3 oil stocks I mentioned would certainly be better buys than OXY.
Wow.
Let me know in the comments.
I disagree, but okay. Get it, stock Curry. I think Occidental actually has a lot of potential. So, but that was interesting. So. But it is overvalued, but I don't think we need to worry about that right now. Now, the White House has just released, literally as of today, the cyber strategy for America. We won't watch the whole thing, of course, but there's a couple of things at the very top. And then as we get into it, I wanted to drop.
What do you mean by cyber strategy for America? It's for the average folk. What are we talking about?
Well, we're about to find out. Check this out.
When they talk about, this is on page 4, and I linked this in the description. You guys can check this out. It's from the whitehouse.gov.
Shout out, Rob.
The official PDF or document of what they're talking about here.
Yeah.
What they say was pretty interesting. They say, by disrupting adversaries' cyber campaigns and making our networks more defensible and resilient, we will unleash innovation, accelerate economic growth, well, we sure hope so, and secure American tech dominance. We will remove burdensome, ineffective regulations so that our industry partners innovate quickly in emerging technologies. I want to read that last sentence one more time. We will remove burdensome, ineffective regulations so that our industry partners innovate quickly in emerging technology. That's quite interesting because the Clarity Act looks like it's DOA or dead. This is actually from yesterday from BSCN. Banks look like they rejected the White House stablecoin reward deal, and they're going to stall the Clarity Act for as long as they can. So if we had our hopes pinned on that, it looks like it's either going to be pushed back or it's going to be dying outright.
Which a lot of people have.
With the banks, I mean, I understand why they're a part of it. Unfortunately,
hold on, let me find it. There we go. What were you going to say? You had some thoughts on that, bro?
No, I said, yeah, that's a lot of people have been like last month or so, like, oh, wait to the Clarity Act, wait to the Clarity Act. And now it's March, 7th. There's no Clarity Act. And just like he's saying, it's going to fizzle out. But yeah, anyways, that was supposed to push everything to the moon. Everybody's always just like got something that's going to push something to the moon. Just like when the current president got into office, it was going to push crypto to the moon. And yeah, we're on the moon, but not the moon that we all thought we were going to be on.
Right.
So anyways.
If you saw that, to kind of answer the question there, to sum it up, it is a strategy to have the United States invest in Bitcoin and stablecoin and digital currency, mainly Bitcoin, and then a lot of Ethereum, and then USDC is on the list too. But they're diversifying and investing in these things while removing regulations to basically, as he said, accelerate economic growth and strengthen our position and establish our tech dominance throughout the world. That's what this is. So this will have an effect ultimately on your pocketbook directly. It's just how and all of that, we're not quite sure. The news regulation, banks reject the stablecoin rewards deal, such jerks on that. So
because they push things forward, they are a part of, unfortunately, Congress, as they pretty much pay their way through it. Talk about crypto, so I think that's a pretty big move in the right direction. Securing American innovation and protecting our national intellectual advantage will be paramount. We will build secure tech and supply chains that protect user privacy from design to deployment, including supporting the security of cryptocurrencies. That would include Bitcoin and the other best altcoins, Binance, Ethereum, Solana, Tron, just saying, and blockchain technologies. So they've carved out a reference here in the document. They've put it in there. This is a national stance for the Trump administration to make sure the security of cryptocurrencies is actually paramount and they move forward. And the last part's even more interesting. Kevin Warsh. Then lastly, it states, and we will secure the AI tech stack, including data centers, and promote innovation in AI security. So again, a very short document, but very telling which way the current presidential administration is going. Fed Reserve Chair. And in this 1-minute interview, he tells us what the problem is with the Fed, what he wants to change, and the things that we have to look out for as we are entering in a whole new era. And he actually talks about the big dreaded R word, a recession. So just take a listen to this.
And I think, listen, my sense is that this is, we're at the forefront. We're at a transformational moment in U.S. economic history. This is, as George Shultz told me before he passed, a hinge point in history. I think the president's language is this could be a golden age. And frankly, I think they all could be right. Good policies could advance this U.S. economy. What we call AI in a couple of years, we'll just call business. And AI is going to make almost everything cost less, and the U.S. can be a big winner. And it's a hugely exciting moment. If I were to step back for a minute, if I were the president, what I'd be worried about is a central bank that doesn't see any of that. A central bank that is stuck with models from 1978, governance from a prior period, and don't recognize we could be at the front end of a productivity boom. And if I were the president, I'd be worried that they might not see it. And they might think economic growth is somehow going to be inflationary. I think we were probably in the early innings of a structural decline in prices. Ken sees it on the front lines of real businesses. And I think if you look over the period of the next year or two, it's a pretty special moment.
Yeah, so it's a special moment if everything kind of works out. But what he said right there was true. The Federal Reserve is looking at old models. And I think because of that, they are much of a laggard. And unfortunately, adopt AI will fall by the wayside. And unfortunately, it will affect jobs. This is Charlie Baleo. And he says the U.S. is in a downward spiral as far as job growth. The U.S. lost an average of 1,000 jobs per month over the last 6 months. Before the last 5 months was a negative 6 month moving average. This is the 12th time we've seen this much weakness in the job market since 1950. Let me say that again. The 12th time we've seen this much weakness in the job market since the 50s. A recession lasts an average of 10 months. And that is a recession in the economy. But as you may or may not know, in recessions, the first thing to bounce back is the markets. It's not the economy. It's not people and their jobs. It's the markets. The markets bounce back first. Here's an.
All right. So I kind of wanted to drop that as we're tight on time. We always have more. Man, when we get rolling, dude, it could be forever. But yeah, I wanted to show you that. Couple of quick hits there. One, the Fed chair was a really important 1-minute interview he was talking about. Of course, too, the job market is downtrending because I think AI. A lot of people believe that AI is taking out a lot of jobs. Makes sense. Brother, I did a breakfast this morning, right? And did a breakfast meeting this morning. And, you know, I ran into the Walmart neighborhood market to grab orange juice, right? Because the guy was like, hey, man, can you grab a jug of orange juice? And I went, and guess what was cleaning the floor in the Walmart neighborhood market? Was it a person? Yep. Yeah. No, it wasn't a human at all. It was a big machine. You know what I mean? Just cleaning the floor. I'm like, well, that's 4 jobs that just went away. Or at least 2. Because you can't have one person doing all the cleaning. So that's at least 2 jobs that poof. That's 80 payroll hours a week that just disappeared into the economy. Yep. So he was talking about that. But then and again, and that we probably should be on the lookout for a recession. Mm-hmm. However, the first thing to bounce back are the markets. And so that's key right there. And that's the positive of it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, people are going to lose jobs left and right, man. There's I think 40% reduction in blocks, job force, and the stock went up by like 20%. Yeah, that's literally what they've been telling us for years now, that AI is going to eliminate the need for human beings clocking in and out. And what those human beings that are no longer clocking in and out are going to do for money, God only knows. God only knows. Might become literally a dog eat dog world or human eat human world. Not that I'm promoting cannibalism on the show or anything, but you get my point.
Yep, I do.
It's all bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. But it's all good too if you're an investor in AI space, in the tech space. I don't like. I'm a fan of AI to an extent. It's a great assistant. I was just literally thinking this the other day because I just went through like a free trial of the ChatGPT for a month, the premium service that they offer at $20, right? So it was free for a month, and then they automatically renew the service. I forgot when the renewal date was, so I was like a couple of days late, so they had charged me the $20, and I canceled it, and they actually ended up giving me a refund because I had said, hey, I didn't intend on using it, but chat's not bad, just not for me at this time. But then I thought to myself, for $20 a month, you get an assistant for almost any purpose that you could possibly think of it can give you some sort of guidance or benefit you in some way. Like take for instance, the artwork for my CD that I just put out the other day. Not put out, sorry, that I put out a while ago. Okay, I printed up some physical copies and I edited the track list, but the way that I had to do it was I didn't have the original Photoshop file. I asked ChatGPT to take off the all the words, all the lettering, just keep the original design, and it did it for me without having Photoshop in the file. It did it for me within seconds. I didn't know that was possible. I just asked it, and it did it. Boom! Now I use that function for things like that. Just a little. It's an assistant. You just don't know what the possibilities are unless you ask it. A lot of people have AI downloaded, but they're just using it as Google. Use it as a human assistant. That's like you could literally get an assistant for $20 a month. Not that I'm promoting Chat GPT or whatever your platform is, Grok, Claude AI. I haven't even used a bunch of them, Perplexity, whatever. Right?
I love Grok myself. I use Chat GPT and Meta. I like Meta the least. Meta is like, to me, Meta is the closest to just a Google search, right? It's it's going to give you such bland stuff.
Yeah, some are just very elementary. So to speak,
Grok will talk smack. I'll be like, Grok, why did you do that? And Grok is like, because you didn't ask the question correctly. And you're like, oh, I need to ask the question correctly then.
I'll be 100%, bro. When it comes to like images and just Grok doesn't do it for me. It doesn't help me with what I need. I love I mean, I love what Elon does, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows it's no
they just gotta
no secret. Yeah, they gotta do a lot of work, bro. Like, so I'm not like an advocate for Chat GPT or anything like that, but it ends up doing a better job for me most of the time. So
what are you using it for?
Just whatever I'm using it for, you know, in general. It's just,
I mean, like, are you talking about like for video?
Okay, so let's say images or something like that. Let's say images. Let's say I took a selfie and I want to just kind of brush it up a little bit. Bro, why are you changing my face? Who is this? Why are you giving me a picture of somebody I don't even look like? That's what Grok does for me. I don't like that. Chat GPT every so often may do something like that, and I'm like, nah. I try to get it right, and I'll be like, yo, specifically, like, do not change, do not alter anything about my, you know, the facial features, the body, you know what I mean? Just it's you have to be very specific with it, and even then, like, you'll get a picture thrown at you of somebody else. You know,
I'll recommend try it now. The last those two Power Slap promos I did with the two Power Slap fighters. I did that on Grok last night, and like,
now, mind you, I don't have the Grok app downloaded. Maybe it's different, but in the experience, maybe it's different from the experience that you get when you're using X. But I just whenever I did use Grok, is I went through X.
Yeah, well, it's designed a little differently. Is more made to be a research tool. Like, you know, I know people with they're going for their PhDs. They're in college right now, and they use Grok and Chat GPT.
Yeah, research.
But they'll never use an image. They'll never want it. You know what I mean? They won't. They don't use it like we use it. I'm using it to promote things, you know, and animate people. You're using it to touch up photos. They're using it to pull up law documents from, you know, 1875. Yeah. So it's a little different. And that's the thing about the X Grok version.
And of course, I've heard
made for that. And
of course, I've heard, and you're maybe the listeners can confirm that these AI platforms, depending on who they're put out by, tend to lean one way or the other, the right or the left, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, man, look, and you can feel how you want about this. I can pull it up, but just go to X and look at it yourself. And you can ask Caitlyn Jenner because she was asked about this. Caitlyn Jenner is a beautiful, brave, strong, bold transgender woman who at one time was an athletic champion gold medalist man named Bruce Jenner. Now, Caitlyn Jenner has said multiple times, if the option is to destroy America with the Earth, or to have a nuclear holocaust, or misgender Caitlyn Jenner, which one, you know, would we do that? ChatGPT says no. It's better to have a nuclear holocaust than to misgender Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner said no. She was like, no, misgender me if there's not a nuclear holocaust. I'm okay with that, right? Grok is the only AI that's like, go ahead and misgender. The damage done by misgendering Caitlyn and calling Caitlyn Bruce, that damage is far less than the damage of a nuclear holocaust. But if you ask Chat GPT, it thinks that if you go one word answer, it says, nuclear holocaust over misgendering someone. So you decide who is educating you. I'll decide who's educating me, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. No, I've seen this type of stuff, and so that's why I me, I like to tease on things like that.
And once again, you're allowed to do your thing. That's why I love America. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. I'm saying for me and my beliefs, I believe the less amount of harm is the best amount of harm. You know what I mean? So with that in mind,
that whole topic, man, I'm not even gonna say it because I don't want to take anyone's side off on that one.
I'm not taking a side. I'm saying
I'll leave, but yeah, no, interesting story. Like that's crazy that the platform would suggest something like that. But
the question to me is just simply, do you believe in the least amount of harm for all humans because all of them are worthy of life and respect equality? Or do you believe that some humans deserve more respect and equality than others? And they, have to suffer if they disagree or want less suffering. You know what I mean? So that's the thing there. I believe, and I think most people could agree with me that the least amount of suffering, the better. And then if a specific
I think we all can agree that nuclear.
Well, and then if a specific person is named, and if that person says, no, I disagree with what AI is telling you. AI is dead wrong here. No, it is better to misgender me, the person named here in this AI, than it is to have a nuclear holocaust. And AI still won't budge. It means that AI is not telling you the truth. You know what I mean? Because you have the actual source, not AI. Who you're going to believe? The actual person or the robot telling you about the person. You know what I'm saying? So I like AI that's like, I can't make those decisions. You have to come to that on your own. Here's research on both sides.
Say something
that's
like
what
that.
I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, it depends on how you feel. Least amount of harm done, right? And speaking of that, man, we have we have some good info on that that I wanted to pull up here, man, because the Wall Street Trapper, you know what I'm saying? Here's the Wall Street Trapper. And he's got a new thing for us. Boom, here we are. Check this out. I thought this is perfect for our show. Right? Because we talk about if you start out with $50, $500, just $1,000, right? How do you invest? What would you do right now? This just came out a couple days ago. So Wall Street Trapper, our boy, let's go.
What's he got for us this week?
Yeah, man. Talking about that. This is good advice.
30s and you're ready to invest your first $1,000, this matters more than what you think. Because in your 30s, these are prime wealth building years. You don't just invest for growth right here. Nope. You're investing to stabilize your future. I get it. And I want you to understand this. You probably have bills. You probably have kids. You probably have mortgage, career pressure, entrepreneur pressure, all of that. So this $1,000 is not about gambling. It's the foundation to your future to freedom. So let's build the base and let's start off. First, we're going to start off with opening a Roth IRA. Charles Schwab, Fidelity, E-Trade, Vanguard. Yes, this is essential and non-negotiable because this is tax-free wealth. And you may not be thinking about retirement right now, but it's closer than you really realize. Next, because we have the Roth IRA, we now know that we can contribute $7,500 a year, but we starting with $1,000. So we're going to put that in growth, something like AIQ or QQQM. These are great ETFs that gives us access to AI and the ecosystem that's building the future. But all you having to risk everything on one company, that's essential. Now, our second position going to be something stable like Walmart, Amazon, and even BJ's because people need these daily no matter what, and AI is not going to interrupt these industries. Now, we're going to keep $200 of that on the side of that $1,000. We're going to keep $200. That's going to help us buy dips. Lastly, but this should have been number 2, we're going to automate a certain amount of money each week. typically a number that makes us uncomfortable. Why? Because you're paying a tuition for your future today. Because at this stage, you don't need to be clever. You don't need to try to outsmart the market. You just need to be consistent. Compounding is your advantage right here. In your 30s, the real wealth jumps comes from increasing those contributions, not really trying to find a perfect stock. And remember this before we go. The way you invest today decides your future for tomorrow. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Salute.
Yeah, man. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody should have a 401k or a Roth IRA and stuff like that. 401k.
Here's how I invest.
401k is how I got like a chunk of change to start putting into my own. Now I have a 401k. I got my own, a couple of accounts on my own that I trade with and then long term invest with. Yeah, man, it's essential. And I'm really pissed at myself for getting in so late. I got in 2021. I wish I got into my 30s. I got in my late 30s, but I got in. So no matter how old you are, if you've never looked into the markets, there's no time better than now, baby. That's all I can tell you.
I see that, and I agree. I absolutely agree. Guys, we've got breaking news.
Oh no, what's happening now?
Dude, I've got breaking news right now. Okay, I've got some people connected to Fox News, and they are live right now doing a special benefit for the troops, and I wanted to go, and I wanted to show everyone this benefit for the troops that's going on right now as we speak. Guys, this is what's happening right now. If you're wondering, we've got an update.
Okay.
No, we have to stall him. More!
Yeah, more!
Oh, you
Troops!
silly. You want to see more of me? Yeah, big gay out! Big gay out!
Big gay out! Big gay
Well, I do have a little song I wrote about the war. Oh, but we haven't rehearsed. Sing it!
Yeah, sing it!
All right, if you insist, I'll sing my song. I believe it goes a little bit like this. Bombs are flying, people are dying, children are crying, politicians are lying too. Cancer is killing, Texaco's spilling. The whole world's gone to hell, but how are you?
But how are you?
I'm super!
Yeah, dude, he's super. America is super. Thanks for asking, okay? Come on, bro. Let's go.
Whoever hooked you up at Fox News with that clip, you got to give me that contact, bro.
Okay.
Oh no.
We get the breaking news here, man. That is not a 20-year-old
Wow, your
South Park
sources.
clip.
I was like, yo, you had me going. I'm like, wait, what the hell? What are we? Are we about to die while we're doing this podcast? No, it's South Park.
All right, we have 2 more minutes, and then we are going to say our goodbyes. I know we're on a tight timeline today, so give me about 2 more minutes. Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. I see that look of anger in your eye. I apologize. I'm hurt.
Just the look of anger. Wow. I don't know, man. I don't know. First he's talking about, oh yeah, everybody else can comment except for Mike, and
only because you said you already know how I feel. You
yes,
have
I did.
caveat.
And that's a reality. That's the fact. I did know how you feel about it. Like I didn't have at that very moment in time while I was typing that, I didn't have too much time to get into it. So I was like, oh, I already know how you feel. I could have just left it at no comment. You know what I'm saying? And then you would have gotten even more hurt. How's that
I'd
one?
have been happy. No, considering that I was brutally attacked. I
didn't attack you at all.
abused.
Oh yeah.
Look, you made
Oh yeah, your girl.
Facebook
Yeah, your auntie or whoever had attacked you, not me. Leave me out of it.
Bro, you made Facebook a prison cell, okay? And you put my head in the toilet, and you made me pay, okay?
Hey. Wow, prison cell. Okay, there you go. All right, this is a new one. Man, I swear to God.
Oh
But,
man, we have fun.
Yeah. So, what were you gonna say? What did you have? Sorry.
Oh no, just the trapper here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just having fun. By the way, guys, we're just having fun, man. We love interacting on Facebook, and we love it when you interact with us on Instagram, Facebook, X. Come on through, and let us know how you feel about stuff. We love it. And T honestly has one of the best accounts to follow, like past just being on Facebook and past social media. He drops inspiring stuff, interesting stuff, and like a lot of people congregate on your page to talk of all over the world, literally all over the world, from platinum selling rappers to preachers to podcasters to, you know what I mean, to you
Every
name
day
it.
to my
Yeah.
coworkers,
Yeah, man.
the past, the present, my high school friends. You know what I'm saying?
Insurance salespeople,
yeah,
nurses, like everybody's kind of on your page. It's a really cool, like,
yeah.
it's legit social media. You know what I mean? What it was meant, not the ugly, but like it's a place where socially we can meet up and talk. And it's kind of cool because you're kind of a moderator, but we all respect each other. It's really cool. I appreciate it
You
a
see,
lot.
nobody gets crazy on my page, and if they do, that comment never stays up there for more than a couple of minutes. And most of the time, I block negative energy anyway. So but
that's the thing, man. I think everybody comes to your page knowing this is a safer place. We can talk. No one's going to call anybody bad names. No one's going to cuss anybody out. You know what I mean? It's going to be an intelligent debate if it's a debate at all. And most of the time, it's just good conversation, man.
And sometimes things do get out of hand, and I'll be like, yo, bro, not this one, please. Very good friend of mine. Go ahead and feel how you feel, but not this one. You get what I'm saying? And then they back off. They'll be all right.
Well, and I know we got to go, but I want to mention this too, man. Just because, man, everything about you is growth, brother. And like, I don't know, I want to say maybe 3-4 shows ago, we had a conversation where you were like, man, I've made the decision to let people go. I on social media, if they come with straight negativity all the time, I let them go. There are people that I care about that I've had to let go on Facebook. I've unfriended them because I just don't want that in my life. And then when you did that and made that decision, look how much your growth has become. Look how many more people are showing up. Look how many more views you're getting. Because, man, when you make that decision and put that in the universe, as you do with your health and your money and your career, everything, bro, like, it's inspiring and it's proof, man. You made that decision. It was a hard decision. And now look.
Oh, absolutely. You know what's harder? It's not just friends on Facebook or Instagram or wherever. It's real family and real life that I've had to block out of my life. And it sucks to say that, but you know what? People, let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. And
family can be toxic too. Family can be toxic too.
And
there's more. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and if there's one thing that the devil does is he keeps your eyes on the negative and not the positive. But like, even in your own life, the stuff we won't talk about on air, man, you've made hard decisions, but look at the blessings that have come after you made those every time you make a hard decision, brother, you are the living proof that if a man makes a he doesn't go for the easy way out, but he goes for the best option, not the easiest option. The sky, the world of God blesses that. You know what I mean? The universe accepts that. God blesses that. And then the world kind of goes that direction for you, man. And I see that in you.
Yeah. And folks, Mike is privy to some things that are happening behind the scenes that I can't yet fully disclose, but a lot of good things. And yes, absolutely. Like, when you put it out there to the universe that you really want something, be prepared, because you don't know how it's going to actually come to you. It might make you very uncomfortable in getting to whatever it is you think you want. In fact, when going through that journey, you actually might come to realize that you don't want it that bad. Maybe this isn't worth it. I've had those moments. I promise you I have. That's why I stayed away for a little while, a long while. But I worked on myself, right? I worked in every aspect. I no longer drink. Okay, I haven't drank in 11 years. I used to smoke cigarettes, and I've quit that like 16 years ago. Okay. I no longer am unhealthy. If you look at any of my pictures from 2022 and before, you almost think it's a whole new person. You think that T-Cron is clone. In fact, my close friend Tanya Malia, wonderful artist, she's a singer. We've done 4 songs together. In fact, the T Cron Tuesday, she was on the hook of that one, the one that I put out last week. Tanya said, T clone, is that you? You said it.
Man, we got that clip. Man, we were getting likes on it recently. Like just this week, we got likes on an old clip we put out talking about how people were saying you were AI. You took a picture of yourself and people were saying it was AI. We're like, it's not AI. We were doing a fun little clip. And now they're saying you're a clone. You can't win.
But I mean, but see, this is the thing. Like, the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, man, you gotta like. Sometimes you do have to take a step back, because although I thought in my 30s I was ready for what God is presenting to me right now, I wasn't.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't mentally ready. I wasn't physically ready at all. I didn't want to present myself the way I was. I could call myself a million bad things, but I don't want to bash on myself on a podcast. And I don't want to make anybody else feel a certain way by me saying that. But I knew that I needed to change. Okay. Most of us know we need to make a change. The problem is a lot of us don't want to be uncomfortable in that process. Okay. So what happens is, don't go through it. You say you will one day. Well, guess what? Tomorrow never comes. Okay. There's no better time than now if you really want to make a change. Now, the point being is, sometimes you have to cut things out that brought you a lot of joy, that brought you a lot of comfort, or the lack thereof. Like sometimes, like family, like, hey, family brings you joy, but a family brings you a lot of discomfort too. For some people, I mean, that's a normal thing. Everybody's got issues amongst families. Some are more toxic than others, right? But if put it this way, if it's costing you your peace, it's too expensive.
Agreed. Absolutely. Agreed.
Okay, and you run with that, and you do what you will with that knowledge. Okay, if it's costing you your peace, it's too expensive. I came out here for a purpose. I've done my part. My mom is departed. Rest in peace to her. I miss her every single day, more and more. But I honestly think that she's up there right now, working out all kinds of cool things with God for me. And you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, we already know, man. Yes.
So,
what I'm saying is, I can't wait till everybody finds out. They'll be like, dang.
yeah. And
true.
you know what? There's some things that still need to be worked out in the background, of course. So
Always.
yeah.
When is there not stuff that needs to be worked out, dog? That's life. You know what I mean? But you're doing it. And more than anything, one thing I like about this show, yeah, we cover crypto. Yeah, we have fun. Yeah, we get into some stuff. But if people pay attention, we're documenting your journey. And as you know, I lost a friend. I lost a friend recently, and I had no idea. We did a few podcasts together, but even in one of the clips I put out,
Vern, bro,
yeah,
that was
Vern,
a really bad
Vern.
way to go. Oh my God, I wish that upon nobody. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Condolences.
Car wreck. But yeah, he passed in a car wreck suddenly, and it was hurtful, man. But I had a clip of him saying, "I don't do this for likes. I don't do this for hearts." And I released this clip last week. And he's like, I don't do this for likes or hearts. It might affect the algorithm. He's like, but I don't do this for any other reason than to document my journey of life.
That's beautiful.
And I'm like, yeah, man. And what's cool is I'm sitting here in the best seat in the house, but I get to watch you go through struggles and share with us. Seriously, I get to watch you 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Be talking about, or 4 weeks ago, or I want to say it was actually maybe 5 weeks ago. You talking about, man, I had to let people go on social media because my life is changing and I'm making a decision to be positive. And now, before the show, and when we talk, it's, oh my gosh, all my numbers are going crazy. And I'm like, dude, our show numbers are going crazy. And it was because you made that conscious decision and put that out there. And you know what I mean? And then what we went through and what you shared with us last week and what you've been going through with your family. And then what we are going to find out soon, what everybody's going to be able to find out, they're going to be like, whoa. It's right. We're documenting this man's journey, his highs and his lows, and his decision to be steadfast, to be solid, to make the hard choice, not the expedient choice. And look how it pays off for this man. Dude, and we have this forever. This is a matter of record, inarguable. You know what I mean? It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And I'm going to say this, man. The road that I travel is very lonely. Very lonely. people know, if you know about me or if you've ever looked me up, you know the history that I have. Go look at my Facebook page, see who I've rapped with, see who I've shared stages with, see who I've promoted concerts for, see who I've worked with, my partners, my investors, my sponsors. See which rappers I put on my stage. You're gonna see I touched hundreds of lives, okay? And I've
Yeah.
helped entertain people for nearly half my life, okay? And yes, the last 8 or 9 years I fell back. I just resurfaced in April of 2025. We're going to a year, okay? God is good, man. Just keep your faith at the forefront, even when times are tumultuous and you don't know how it's gonna pan out. You can't give up, man. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep believing. You gotta keep fighting.
Doing something that I
Yeah. Go ahead. Play my guy. Let's
I was just queuing him
hear
up.
what he has to
Because the
say.
time, I'm gonna skip. We're gonna go to the very last one. We're gonna play this because it's right in line with what you're saying,
Okay.
and it's beautiful, man. So yeah, man, we're
Yeah,
gonna check.
absolutely. Go for it.
I'm doing something that I have never done before. I brought the Bible with me.
I was gonna say he's a preacher. Literally a preacher.
Now, I read it all the time, but I've never used it as the blueprint in my keynote. And I'm learning that every time you say yes to God, man, you just get attacked from every angle. And it makes you question the work that you've been doing. I'm by myself, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was ashamed to even pray. I was ashamed to even open my book because I felt in my heart like, man, I let God down. Because I pride myself on establishing myself in a kingdom way. I pride myself in being upright. I pride myself in knowing that there's men who come from what I come from. So as they see me evolve, it gives them permission to evolve.
Kind of what we were just saying, bro. I thought that was why that was perfect. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, it takes like he said, like there's a whole group of men that look like him, are like him, identify with him. And then when they see him go through something like that, involved and change, and they feel like it's something that they wanted to do as well, that helps motivate them and inspire them. It feels good when somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, bro, I'm getting some super good results from the advice that I've learned from you." Men and women alike, like you have no idea. You have no idea when somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, bro, I made money on Nvidia. Thank you." Um, I'm not charging anybody for anything. My currency is your loyalty, your follow, your respect, your engagement, your kindness, your courtesy. And if I ever drop a project again, which I will in the very near future, it's coming sooner rather than later. And just wait. When the floodgates open, sometimes you just can't stop the rain, bro. You just can't stop that water, that force that it hits you with. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm one of those people. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a Virgo. So the problem is with people like us, we want everything to be in line and perfect. Sometimes you just got to pull the trigger and let things ride and let things play out. That's what I did with the podcasting thing when she told me this. And about 6 months later, here we are. And we just interviewed Crypto Millionaire a
Yep.
few weeks ago. Shout out to Rob, who has over 355,000 people following him on his YouTube channel. Bro, we don't even have 1,000 followers right now, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
and he told me, he's like, man, you need to reach out. He's like, he told me that more guys want to like talk to us from
And we
his
will.
world. So yeah, oh no,
We
we're
will.
getting into it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
And we will.
wonderful. Yeah, man.
So the point I'm making is you have crypto millionaires showing us love and respect. Shout out to Rob. He said he loves the energy. He loves the positivity that we bring, the spin that we bring. Because while everybody else is doom and gloom in the markets right now, and which they have every reason to be, I get it. It's human. We're all trading based on emotions. Okay. I get it. It's rough. But at the same time, if you have a steadfast outlook on what it's rough right now, but what the future can be and may hold, and you have insight, you have a vision as to where things are heading, you can make money from it. And so with that being said, we try to be a little more positive here on this show so that people can come up ultimately. It might hurt for a little while, but hey, we're not always going to be doom and gloom in the markets, bro. There's going to be a lot of green days coming up. We
Well,
just don't know.
and to speak to that too, there's plenty of doom and gloom. You don't need one more show out there telling you everything is awful.
No, absolutely.
You have all the news channels, a million news channels, a million YouTube channels that will tell you that everything is terrible all the time. We don't need to. That's not our lane. That's not who we are.
Remember, we made it past Y2K. Everything was going to zero that day. You remember that? That was it.
Yeah.
As soon as the New Year hit, we were all done.
Guys, with that
and then we woke up in the morning on New Year's Day like,
well, everything is fine. Yeah, the market didn't crash at all. In fact, it went up. If you pay attention, the market shot up in January because people were scared. And when they realized, oh, it worked.
People were so happy to be alive. Yes, I'm still alive. Let me pour all the money into the market. Come on, bro.
I remember you could go to bookstores and see Y2K. There was a whole shelf of Y2K books and what to do in the coming crash. And it never happened.
Imagine the people that made money on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, man. Get grifting is good. Well, grifting is good. No, what I was going to say just real fast, guys. A heads up programming notice. Tomorrow night, there will be no Power Sports Time. We're going to go ahead and move that to Thursday night. And that is because tomorrow night, live at 9 p.m. Central, I'm going to be on the third Railify podcast. Shout out to Sean and Gina. They've got a great following. They've got a great stream. They do the damn thing. They go live 4 hours, 5 days a week, every night. Wow. They're doing a great job, and they've asked us to, represent. And I'm going to go on, talk to them a little bit about what we do here, because our show is a mystery. As you know, most channels have one show on that channel, right? And it's like, that's all they do is that thing. And they do it a lot sometimes. They do it weekly, or they do it every day, but they do one thing. PT Pod has multiple shows as it's a network channel, not just a show channel. And so we're going to get into that, explain a little bit of that to them, and show them why this show, Visionary Value, the #1 show.
Oh, #1 again in the PT Pod Network. Oh, man. Shout out to all of y'all for making that happen, bro. I know y'all love Mike. I know some of y'all love me. I love every single one of y'all.
You get a lot more love than I do. I don't know why people hate me. I love everyone.
I love everyone too. And shout out to all the family members that are under the Mike's Pod Network. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all, salute. I know that the numbers are going up all across the board. And shout out to the Feed podcast, Faces of Epilepsy. I seen y'all get 1,300 followers or members of the community now
already.
That's all. Yeah, you guys will probably be at 2,000 in the next coming week by the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? At that trajectory. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to Alyssa. Mike goes live with them like maybe 3 times a week. Is that right?
Yeah. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Friday night is the live hang.
Yep. So. They didn't have one last night, but yeah. So I'm just happy, man. If anybody wants to hit us up to be on the show and you provide some value, some great banter, some add to the hit us up, man. Just find me on Facebook, T-QRON. You can go to the website, tcron.com. Hit me on the Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Hit up Mike, DM us, let us know. You know what I'm saying? We're taking we're happy to have other guests on the show. Digital Asset News was the first one a few weeks ago. That was a very, very dope episode. And like Mike said, there's others that want to come on. I welcome them. We welcome them.
We do. And we thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. We got some hot drops coming this week we're excited about. Just make sure you stay tuned. Guys, this has been the Visionary Value.
Until next time.